Also, my mom's birthday was last weekend. Happy birthday, Mom. Technically, it's St. Patrick's Day, but it's a coincidence. No relation. Anyway, Mom likes TGI Fridays, so they decided to invite the whole family to dinner. Now, I don't know if you've been into TGI's Friday lately, the ones you could still find since they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and they're going under. There's a few left and they're ghost towns. So what does Mom want to do? Not only does she want to eat there, she makes a reservation. She called up. My mom literally called TGI Fridays like 3 days in advance to get the good table. The staff was, I'm sure, very surprised and just a little bit flabbergasted. And we show up, and of course, we're the only ones in the whole restaurant. I mean, technically, we had the table, so. Steve Weiner here from GetRubix.com. Today, we're going to talk about how to auto-update apps you deploy with Intune with Winget-AutoUpdate. Pretty sure that's the name. I'll be honest with you, we could have walked in with a family reunion party of 70, and it would have been just fine. There was no one in there.
GetRubix, solving for the modern workplace.
Okay, so I get asked about this quite a lot. I'm always getting asked about app packaging and the different solutions. And, I cover a lot of them, Zerotouch, RoboPack, Patch My PC. But I do get asked about the open source stuff, specifically Winget. And what I wanted to talk about today is this Winget-AutoUpdate Intune, right? Now, this is a fork, right, from this one here, Winget-AutoUpdate, okay, which is an amazing tool. And essentially what it does is it lets you set the interval at which Winget will automatically update your apps, right? And it's, there's a lot to it, right? There's an MSI client, there's policy. The whole idea is not only can you deploy with Winget, right? You can just keep things up to date. So this fork project, right? This is designed specifically for Intune. And I'm going to take you through how to set that up and make sure you're updating your apps, right? It's kind of funny. We're seeing so many products come out that are complementary to Intune in terms of keeping apps up to date, patching. And the reason for this isn't because it's fun to patch apps or it's not fun to patch apps. This is a security concern, right? Apps that have vulnerabilities because they're not up to date is a major attack vector. So if it seems like you're hearing a lot about this lately, it's because it's important, right? Especially as we all move to Intune. We got to make sure we have all our bases covered. Okay, so to start, let's go ahead and just download the whole zip for the solution. I will put the link below, so don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we got it. We are going to extract it. And let's take a look inside. Now notice there's an ADMX folder, and a lot of this is, policy backed. So if we open this up, we should see an ADMX. Winget Auto Update Configurator, ADMX, and there should be an ADML. And that's just the language pack for the ADMX file if you were ever curious about that. All right, so let's do this. Let's go to Intune. Okay, we're going to go to Devices, and we're going to go to Windows Configuration. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import that ADMX. So up top here, you just click Import ADMX. Hit the plus. So we need the ADMX file, and that's going to be what we just downloaded. So we'll navigate to it. ADMX, and there it is. Now, we will also need the ADML file. So that's right in that, language pack thing here. Very easy. Okay. And then specify the language of the ADML file. It read that it's English, so that must mean it's formatted correctly, which I would assume it would be. All right. And we will create that. Upload is in progress. We'll just wait till that's fully baked. Shouldn't take too long. Yep. And it is now available. Cool. Let's make the policy. So to do that, we hit create new policy, select platform, Windows 10 and later. It is a template. And if you scroll down, you'll see imported administrative templates. So these are policies based on our imported administrative templates. Sometimes these things are titled exactly as what they are. So it makes introducing them kind of, loopy. I didn't need to break the video to say this, but I felt compelled to. Okay, I'm going to call it Winget-AutoUpdate policy. Okay, so then we can see it's one of our categories, right, for policies, Winget-AutoUpdate configurator. We'll click on that. And it's just computer configuration. There is no user side of it. So we have configuration and we have mods. Modifications essentially let you, these are customizations that allow you to modify an app's behavior for updating. So I would definitely check out the README for that. It gets kind of, in depth. Okay, so we'll go over a few important ones. First one is desktop shortcut. I'm going to go ahead and enable it so we can see it on the desktop. You can configure your notifications level, let end users see what's going on, only show them successful updates, or just don't show them anything at all. We'll do everything. All right. Do you want a start menu shortcut? Sure. Now here you can also set update times, right? When do you want your Winget to do the auto updating? So you could set it a specific time. You could do not configured. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you. I think the frequency is what's important, right? So, I would say I'm just going to do mine to weekly. You could do daily, right? And you could do as far out as monthly, right? How often you want the apps to update. I'm actually going to leave it on daily because why not? This one is also kind of important. Updates at logon. This triggers the auto update client to run at the logon of the machine. So I'm going to turn that on as well. Okay, so this one is a little confusing. The application list. Basically, by default, it is a blacklist, meaning if you enable it, certain apps will not get updated, for example, and you would just need their Winget IDs. So google.chrome is one. Let's say Microsoft.edge. So you can prevent certain things from being updated if you wanted to. I'm actually just going to leave Edge there because I don't want Winget doing Edge for me. Now, if you wanted this the other way around and you want to make a list of apps to only update, you would enable this use whitelist instead of blacklist setting. We're not using it, but then that would kind of transform this into a whitelist. So pretty helpful. Let's go ahead and push this to our corp devices. Scope tags. I am going to select my corp scope tag. And we're going to assign this to all devices with a filter. And we're going to use our Windows Corp. And we're going to create that. For deploying the client now, this has gotten a lot easier. So we can go to Windows Apps, Create, and we can just go to the new Microsoft Store. So Microsoft Store New, select, and we're going to search. And we're going to search Winget. There it is. Winget Auto Update as a service. All right, so that's all there. We're going to leave it as is. It's system, so nothing to worry about. I'm going to scope this as well. And I am going to add all my devices with the corp filter. Because remember, we're trying to do that more than the dynamic groups, so things get deployed faster. So that's out there. Let's take a look at a machine. Okay, so back on the device, we're waiting for the client to show up, but the policy should have already hit. So we're going to go look in the registry. Okay, and we are going to go to Policy Manager, Current Device. And let's see here. I can already see it. Yeah, Winget Auto Update Configurations. Take a look at this. Make this bigger. Got a lot of stuff here. We got our, desktop shortcut. Okay. Cool. Winning provider. Very nice. List set. Winning provider. We didn't set that. Start menu shortcut is there. So our policies seem to just flow in, which is good. You can see even the auto update list by default, I left at Edge so that it doesn't take any action to update Edge. Okay, now the auto update client has showed up. It's on the desktop, and now take a look at this. We are already getting a notification that Microsoft 365 apps for Enterprise will be updated. It's pretty cool, right? Now, if I didn't want that, I would include it in the list, but it's taking care of it for me. So it'll go ahead and do its thing, and you can see it's already going ahead and updating Office, and we can see the notification there. Let's look at the log files. Winget-AutoUpdate configurator, excluded apps. That should just be our, oh, okay. Microsoft Edge, it looks like they added a few for us. That makes sense. Looks like we're going to auto update and logs. Okay, updates. Okay, so just kind of seeing what happened when it first started running. It was deleted. So take a look at this. Successfully loaded local excluded app lists. So these are all the updates that are available. So Microsoft 365, that worked. And it's literally doing that now. Then we have Notepad++, which I would imagine is going to come next. Then we have Chrome, and then we have Visual Studio. Sorry, we have Visual C++, Google Chrome, and then the auto update itself. So that's pretty good. And it's starting the install for Office, so perfect. Okay, and okay, so now we can see it moved on to, hold on. +1 notification. Okay, it moved on to Notepad++, and that was updated. Perfect. Now we're doing Visual C++. So it's really good that it's got this kind of, level of optics to the end user so they see what's going on. Cool. And that was C++. Now it's moving on to Chrome. So this is a great way for, end users to know what's going on. So overall, it's a really interesting solution, right? Because obviously pushing apps with Winget is fairly simple. We've done videos on it, but I always get asked about keeping them updated. And lately, like I said, I've been getting asked about this particular tool. So I would say it's a nice solution because it's the client, and then you have the policies that back it, telling it when to update, what not to update. So it's very straightforward, right? It's not as robust a solution as, let's say, these third parties we've been talking about lately. But if you're not in the market for anything at all, and you have to have apps be automatically patched, with which everyone should, it's worth checking out. So, check out the link below, hop in the Discord, let me know what your thoughts are if you've tried this, and we'll be seeing you.